Hey guys, what's going on? Happy Monday. Yeah, how was everyone's weekend? We got some Greg and Brandon in the chat that I see. Not sure who else is in there, but hello to everyone. Yeah, how was your weekend, guys? And if you're drinking anything, sound off. Hey, Patrick. I'm having a little bit of Jameson Castmates, the Stout Edition, with there's a whiskey cube in it. I've actually really enjoying this a bit more chilled than I had in the past. I was very much about it neat, but now just a little bit of little cool it down a little bit. It opens up nicely, and the stout really comes through. Patrick says that his weekend was quiet as usual. Yeah. Usually how it goes now. But like for us in Toronto, hey Andrew, what's going on? Brandon, that's already touched on the tribe episode. Yeah, you know what? I still haven't. I haven't watched Saturday's episode yet. I probably should get around to that. But not much. Yeah, virtual hangouts, happy hours. Yep. Jermaine, what's going on, buddy? Welcome in. Yeah, so as I was saying, the weather on Saturday here in Toronto was pretty brutal. It was just really overcast. It was like it looked like it wanted to rain, but it didn't end up raining, and it was a little windy, so it kind of stunk. But then on Sunday, it was yesterday, I should say, it was beautiful weather. It was pushing about 20 degrees Celsius. I think that's about 70 Fahrenheit. But yeah, I went for a nice long walk yesterday. Went to go get my car. Did a couple of visits from the driveway. Some family members, just to kind of say hello and make sure everyone was doing well. And yeah, it was really really nice day. I burnt myself a little bit right here and right here because I didn't wear any sunscreen and it was blisteringly sunny. So. Christina, this doesn't look like a cocktail video. Son of a bitch. No, this is not a cocktail video. I promise that once I get the kitchen in the apartment kind of like in one piece, I promise I'll make a cocktail video. If anyone has like specific, I'm gonna start a poll actually. Every time I do a happy hour or a cash strength stream, I'm going to take a poll of cocktails that people would want to see me make because I can't make the decision myself. Sound off on cocktails you want to see me make, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my paper. No one's mentioned anything yet, so no cocktail video, it seems. Yeah. Oh, by the way, guys, if anyone does want to come on and kind of hang out for a little bit, you're more than welcome. Oh, it's Roy Aquavite. How are you? How are you, good sir? An old fashioned. Okay, so here's my thing with old fashions. One, I love using Knob Creek single barrel for my old fashions. Love it. It's probably my favorite bourbon to use. But always, in my opinion, to go with maple syrup over any sort of simple syrup or anything else. But pure maple syrup is like key in my opinion. So yeah, so here is the link. Like I said, if anyone wants to kind of just pop in, say hi, hang out for a little bit, you're more than welcome to jump in. As we all know, I'm not the strongest of speakers, so yeah. And what are we talking about? The old fashions, yes. Okay, so yeah, so old fashions are good. Actually, you know what? I really want to go back and revisit some of my original, like my first videos on YouTube, because they were awful. And yeah, and if anyone else that's been watching our channel for the last 2 years can attest, like my original videos were pretty rough around the edges, and I feel like I've gotten a little bit better. Although I haven't made a proper video in quite some time, and I know, like, if Jeremy was here right now, he'd be busting my balls really hard. But Christina and Patrick are in the chat, so they're probably going to do it. What did Patrick say? How about old-fashioned and various alternatives? Okay, yeah, well, we can do that. There's one stipulation with that, though. I refuse to make a Wisconsin old-fashioned, because brandy just doesn't belong. It makes me so upset I can't even form a sentence. It should not be used in an old fashioned. I think that's just terrible. Christina. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my hair growing until all this is over and done with. And see how long and how kind of full it really does get, and considering that, you know, there's a good amount of like thinning right there, but that's just how far my hairline used to be, like down to here, like it was like where is it, here up to here, so like this whole area here is just receded. Stinks. But yeah, we'll see how long I can get it. I would never be able to pull off the Roy hair though. I don't have the class for that. Very nice. Yeah. So as I was saying, yeah, I want to revisit my old videos. Maybe I'll re-upload them, just as like, or maybe I'll do like a supercut. That'll keep me busy for a while. A supercut of awful, awful Vito moments in his videos, and that might actually get me motivated to edit again, because the big reason why I haven't been making videos, not only because I was essentially like homeless for like 7 months, 6 months, not homeless, but like I didn't have like a working space to do things. But also just the editing really is taxing. And I got kind of tired of it. So maybe the supercut will kind of like, you know, speed things up for me mentally, and kind of like drive me to do some new things. Christina seems to like the idea of the supercut. So yeah, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll spend the next couple of days pouring over some old footage and refamiliarizing myself with the editing process. That seems like something that I can get behind. So yeah, what are we going to be doing today? Okay, let's talk really quickly. So I started watching this terrible show. Holy crap, it's awful. Okay, so it's on Netflix. It's called Too Hot to Handle. The whole premise of the show, I watched the first episode and I was howling laughing at the absurdity of it. The premise is you have, I think it's 12 contestants, all in their early to mid 20s, it seems. And they're invited onto this show in this like tropical paradise and blah blah blah. And, like, oh, you know, we're gonna be filming and blah, blah this and that, seemingly not telling anybody the premise or why, like, exactly why they're there, which is weird. Like, I don't know if I agree to that, but anyways, these dummies did, and you're there for 4 weeks, and all of the contestants are, you know, stereotypically very attractive, right? Like tall, skinny, you know, nice butts. All the dudes are shredded, and yeah, they obviously, because you have 12 extremely good looking people, 6 guys, 6 girls. You know what's gonna happen. A little bit of smush, and they're told near the end of the first day that there's a prize of $100,000, and the only way to win it is if you abstain from any sort of sexual activity. Exactly. It's terrible. But the people, the personalities are just so mind-bendingly dense. It's hilarious. It's essentially a less trashy, more attractive version of Jersey Shore, as best as I can put it. Nice butts. Oh, Roy. Yeah, nice butts. And yeah, I watched the first episode and I was howling laughing. And I turned it off because I was like, I can't handle any more of this. I might actually start continue watching it, just as a beautiful, dumb distraction from everything right now. I mean, it's only like, I think they're 45, 50-minute episodes. Yeah, I might not. I'll see how I feel about it tomorrow. I'm still riding a little bit of that high of just absurd laughter at just the, oh god, it's terrible. But yeah, anyways, so I watched an episode of that today. Oh, Jermaine's watched it all. Yeah, hey Jason, how's it going? I guess I have to watch it. One of the Roy, actually, there's a girl from Cork, Ireland, a girl from Essex. I think there's a guy from Wales, if I'm not mistaken. A couple people from the States, one from Canada, Australia. Yeah, it would totally reaffirm our belief. I mean, really, at the end of the day, we are just animals. It's a natural thing. However, these people are ridiculous human beings, and yeah, Jermaine kind of like now reaffirmed my decision on maybe wanting to just continue watching just because it's hilariously bad. Anyone watching? Oh, the big cat shows. Roy, are you talking about Tiger King? I actually haven't watched any of it. I should get around to it. I feel like I've missed the boat on it though. Although I'm sure there are a lot of people that would probably say watch it anyways. But I definitely feel like I've missed the social boat. I'll be watching it and then I'll try to like make jokes, and it'll be like, that's so like last month. What time is it? Well, it's 4 here. I guess I'll make it about 9 Roy's time, UK. Oh, yeah, I forgot that Christina has a very rational annoyance about the Tiger King. I get it. Jason said that he was in Scotland 2 years ago, 3 days in Edinburgh. Was that all you? The only place you went to, Jason, is Edinburgh? because I would definitely suggest Glasgow for a couple of days. I did Glasgow in 2. I was in Edinburgh for 3 days as well, and I feel like Edinburgh deserves at least 5 days. It's absolutely gorgeous there. So many nooks and crannies of the city. I would definitely do. I did 2 days in Glasgow. I'll probably do 2 or 3 again, but definitely go up to like Inverness, go around St. Andrews. This is just me. Definitely head up to Skye. If you like scenic views and craziness. Yeah, it was crazy beautiful up in Skye. I drove through Loch Ness, and it was really eerie when I drove through Loch Ness because it was very foggy. It was sunny the whole day. I left Inverness around 1-2 o'clock, and then I was driving through Loch Ness. It got cloudy and foggy, and then as I was leaving Inverness, as essentially you get near the crossing to go to Skye, it opened up again. It was really surreal. It was awesome. And of course, Islay. Of course, I haven't been to Islay. That's definitely like next big trip that I head over to the UK. Definitely gonna spend at least, I'd probably say at least 13 days in Scotland. And then I want to head over to Eastern Europe and do like Prague, Vienna, Budapest, and maybe like go down into Italy. Definitely want to see Venice before craziness happens. But Roy's the resident expert. That's just my opinion. And as he said, Islay and Glasgow, of course. And Roy, I don't think I've ever told you the story. And I guess I haven't really told anybody the story. So when I was in Scotland, I was still not a whiskey drinker. I went with the intention of trying more whiskey. And I only ended up having like, I think maybe 3 or 4 pours. The only ones that I remember, I would definitely come, of course, Roy, I would definitely let you know and we'd hang out. But the only pour that I remember was my Talisker 10 that I ordered up in Broadford, up on Skye. All the other pours that I had, I don't remember because I had other people ordering for me because I didn't know what I was undereducated. Well, not that it means anything, but like I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I was just playing the complete. Just give me something that you think I would like. And what that was happened at the Pot Still in Glasgow. I was there with 2 guys that I met in Edinburgh from they're Australian, and I met them in Edinburgh, and then we kind of hung out for the 3 days that we were there, and then we kind of split up, and then met back in Glasgow after a couple of days. So we were there, we were walking around, and then we stumbled upon the Pot Still, and we went in there, we ordered a Guinness, and then like I see all these bottles, and I see like the droppers and everything, and I went up to the bartender, and I was like, it was a fairly busy day, so I understand the frustration. But I was like, oh, I don't know what I want, and she was just like, she just pulled out a menu from like a Bible of a menu from underneath the bar, slapped it on the table, and said, "Take a look yourself." And I was like, okay. I brought it back to the table, and I just looked at my buddy, and I said, Reese, can you just like, I don't know what we should order. Can you just order something? And I didn't know how to order either. I was like, do you order like a finger? Like, how do you ask for whiskey? I was such a novice and so ignorant of everything, but I was so innocent. I was like, oh, little cute Vito. But yeah, definitely Glasgow, and then we can have some adventures there. What did Christina say? I saw that she has a bit of a paragraph there. Yeah. Yeah, definitely, Christina. Definitely. That's definitely something that we should all be looking into. First and foremost, though, when all this is said and done, um, my first trip will probably be to British Columbia. Just kind of help out, my part in helping the Canadian economy. Hope when all this is said and done, and I have the means to do it. I have some friends out there, and they've been asking me to go out. So, and obviously, like, it's beautiful there. I'd bring my skis, and do some touristy things out to Western Canada first. But then immediately after, like very shortly after, definitely plan a trip out to Europe. Jermaine, where are you from? You love Vancouver. Are you Canadian? Next visit will likely be a little different. Big smiley face. Yeah. It will be, especially like I feel very comfortable in my preferences and ordering and everything like that, and more aware. And that's the big thing. Is like I like now being very aware of what I've had, what's available, and stuff that I would like to try. So the choices, granted, there'll still be a massive amount of choice, but at least I can kind of hone in and know which direction I want to go. It'd be funny. I go back to Scotland and all I drink is bourbon. Yeah, I'll have a bourbon. I'll have a bourbon. No, I don't want any of that Scotch stuff. I just want to. I would honestly just kind of like do that to see people's reactions. As a bit of a diggish move as it might be, or annoying at best. Like just like, oh no, I don't drink Scotch. I only drink bourbon. So Jermaine lived in Indiana, lived in Alberta for 6 years. Oh, very nice. Yeah. I haven't traveled anywhere west of Ontario before. I've done I really only done Ontario and Quebec. And when I say Quebec, I just mean like Montreal. I've done a couple of the main cities in Ontario. That's one thing. That's one thing that's always weirded me when I stop and think about it. Is how little travel I've done in my own country, and I feel like we're all pretty much kind of like that. We all, for the most part, maybe it's a bit different in the States, but for the most part, we always think about traveling to other countries and not traveling our own country. Jeffrey, I want my neat Jameson on the rocks. It's my favorite bourbon. That's the line right there. That's 100% the line. So yeah, what else? Is anybody else having a little drink? I know Roy mentioned something about an old fashioned. Did you make yourself one, Roy? I wish Ed was here because every time we, and I mentioned this before when we brought up the old fashions. Actually, Patrick brought up the different variants of old fashions, where he was saying experiment with like rum old fashions and whatnot. And then I got on the whole hating on Wisconsin, the state of Wisconsin, for putting brandy in the old fashioned. I just wanted to be here so I can like just make fun of him for making old fashioned with brandy. So I should write that down. Old fashions variants. Christina says that she lived in America. She lives in America. Everywhere I go, I'd be surrounded by Americans. So I do need to see the national parks if they're all in one piece after this administration. Yeah, the national parks are really nice. When I was in Vegas, Um, I wanted to go to the Zion National Park so badly, and time didn't allow me the ability to go, because Zion is seemingly beautiful from all the pictures that I've seen. And I love just parking and exploring like into the canyons and rocky stuff and climbing shit. I love doing that sort of thing. Like when I go, when I was in Scotland, like climbing up Old Manor Store and just doing like just free form adventures, adventuring through stuff. And that's the Zion just seems like that kind of a place for me. So like all the national parks in the States, I would love to do like a little tour of a couple of them. But I'm sure Jersey has a lot, like a couple of really nice ones. I would assume extremely forested, and probably like a bunch of like waterfalls and stuff like that would be really beautiful to see. Roy, don't know how to make an old fashioned. My friend, it's all you're doing is you're let's say you want to make a single old fashioned, an ounce of your favorite bourbon, or really anything, but typically you go for an ounce of bourbon, some something sweet like a sugar cube, a mashed sugar cube, or simple syrup or maple syrup, just a little bit of the syrup, and then a couple of dashes of bitters. Normally, like the easiest one is the Angostura bitters, and then you garnish it with like a skin of an orange. Very very easy to make. The whiskey and ginger ale is great too. One, I love ginger ale. I think ginger ale is the superior of the soft drinks. I think it's just the most versatile. But also Floridian, I believe I can remember your name is Jim. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I do apologize if I forgot. I'm terrible with names. But yeah, very, very easy to make an old fashioned. But going back to the whiskey and ginger, that is my go-to wedding drink. Whenever I'm at a wedding or even like any sort of function where I'm at a hall, I love ordering Crown and Ginger Ale. That's my favorite drink. There. Yeah, Jim, beautiful. Success. Yeah, definitely a cocktail that I really do have a thing for, whiskey and ginger ale. What whiskey are you using, Roy? If I may ask. Because I've only ever had it with Crown. I've never had Crown and like really well whiskeys. Taiwan malt called Omar for this, but it's a little sweet. A drier or lighter blend. That's interesting. So that's one thing. That's one thing that Brad's really good at as well is using not rarer but less common whiskeys in sort of like Dr. Pepper cocktail or something like that. That's a brave move. Just because I wonder if you have a bottle or if you have a sample of that, because I have a bunch of samples. You can see I rearranged my samples here in case anyone hadn't realized. I'm trying to make them a bit more accessible, so and I can read, so I'm not like kind of picking and choosing and whatnot. But would you use a sample of a whiskey in a cocktail, or do you feel more comfortable having a bottle to make it, knowing that you're not potentially wasting the sample for the cocktail? Scotch and soda, Andrew. I would. My thing would be my go to for that would, well, because one, I'm not a huge fan of soda, but I would go like a Johnny Walker But that's just me. Like a Johnny Black or Johnny Green. Oh no, wait, that's a cheap Johnny Red or Ballantine's. That would be my guess. That's what I would probably use. A smoky whiskey would do a ginger ale. I don't have any ginger ale. Otherwise, I would try it right now, Roy. Okay. So maybe what I'll do tomorrow. Oh, it's not tomorrow. Okay, so the happy hours this week, we're trying something different. It's not going to be every day. Just because by Friday, the last 2 Fridays, I was completely drained. Streaming, essentially 7 times a week. My 5 happy hours plus the 2 cast strength normal streams Thursday nights was extremely taxing, especially being very introverted. So what I'm trying this week, just to see as a tester, doing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So Wednesday, what I'll do is I'll have a bunch of ginger ale lined up, and we'll do ginger ale cocktails on the fly. Yeah, right. That's sort of what I assumed as well. Christina did a Bowmore 12 and ginger. She didn't love the Ardbeg 10 and ginger. Brian. Did someone say sacrifice? Yeah. Yep, Roy did say sacrifice. So let me post in the StreamYard link again if anyone wants to come in. We have 10 people watching right now. Thanks for stopping in on the happy hour, guys, and listening to me just ramble about nonsense. It's getting a little bit easier. I can see that it'll take me at least another 7 years of doing this to get on Roy's level, but we'll get there eventually, guys. Jeffrey with his Topo Chico and any whiskey. Jeffrey sure loves his Topo Chico. That's actually Topo Chico is a soda water, if I'm not mistaken. And it's actually the only soda water that I actually don't mind. Like, there's a Canada Dry soda water that I'm not a huge fan of. I know Club Soda is a little bit different. But yeah. Fever Tree has a smoky ginger ale. It's good with Irish whiskey, but I do enjoy smoky whiskey with ginger ale. Anything particular, Greg, that you use in your smoky ginger? Oh, there he is. All right, so perfect. We can ask him in person. Hey, Greg, what's going on, buddy?
Not much, you?
Not much. So yeah, you were saying. Oh, I messed up the thing. You were saying about your smoky ginger. Is there a specific ginger, a specific smoky whiskey that you use?
So, at least for me, what I prefer is I actually like using ginger beer compared to ginger ale.
Okay.
Because ginger beer has a lot more of that ginger punch, which I like. So what I've done is I usually use Lefroy 10 and ginger beer. I usually like using Cock and Bull because for me that has the most punch as far as what's readily available of that ginger spice. But I was at work one day and I seen that Fever Tree has a smoky ginger ale. So I tried it on its own. It's very good, has a nice smoke to it. So I just put I put Jameson with it, and it was a good, because usually from Irish mules I like Jameson and ginger ale, but usually I'll use ginger beer as well.
Fair. One thing I haven't tried as often as I probably should have. I don't know. I can't remember the last time, or if I can remember it, I don't remember what it tasted like ginger beer. So I have to actually do a little bit of research to see if there's anything good available at our local, or provincial liquor store.
Well, if you want to kind of like go up from your standard ginger ale, Gosling's will probably be the most readily available.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, you know what I'll do, Greg, because you seem to be fairly knowledgeable on ginger beer. I'm gonna pop. Jeffrey, I see you there. I'll get to you in a second. I'm gonna compile a list of what's available to me, and anything that kind of stands out to you, you let me know.
All right.
And now we'll put Jeffrey Patron in.
How's it going, Jeff?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing good.
So Roy's gonna try a smoky. Gonna try a smoky and ginger next.
Nice. Yeah, I love smoky and mules, or Irish mules, or even just whiskey mules. They're good. But I had poured for my rye.
Oh, you kind of froze up there a little bit. What bottle was that?
Angel's Envy Rye.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, were you taking part in the Rocket Stream chat when Thursday night?
I did mention that I get maple syrup from it.
Right. Okay. And I popped in because I wasn't paying attention fully, and I popped in because everyone was saying how good the rye was, and I was like, oh, I didn't really like the Angel's Envy very much. Like it kind of died on me after like the first quarter of the bottle. And Ed was just like, Peter, you're talking about the bourbon, we're talking about the rye. And I was like, son of a bitch. It's one of those moments where it's like, I really wish I was paying attention, so I didn't make a fool of myself.
Yeah, for me, I just get that maple syrup note on it. It's a lot sweeter compared to other ryes.
Now, when you say maple syrup, are you talking about like an Aunt Jemima sort of maple syrup? Or are you talking about like, have you had like real maple syrup?
I've had real maple syrup once, but yeah, it's a little bit more of like that maple flavored syrup.
Right, got you. Yeah, next if we do if the basketball happens again, or when it happens, not if, it will happen again, no matter when. But I will bring down, if I can remember, which I probably won't, but I'll write it down. I will bring down a whole bunch of like small little vials of like real maple syrup.
Ooh.
And hand them out to like all you wanting Americans that think you know what maple syrup tastes like.
Hey, that would be good with pocket bacon.
Oh, that would be great with pocket bacon. Son of a bitch. So pocket syrup. Pocket syrup and bacon. Actually, that's a good title for a video. If I ever get around to making video.
Right, Christina? Pocket bacon is delicious.
And Dr. Pepper's great for mixing with any less than stellar whiskey. Back in complexity. And I'm always crucified for this, but I'm not a fan of Dr. Pepper, guys.
How could you?
I'm Jeffrey. I'm sorry that I disappointed you.
So you're not a pepper?
No, Brad. I don't. I tried to. Brad tried to get me on it. Well, he didn't try. He just kind of poured me Ardbeg and Dr. Pepper, and like it was okay, but I much prefer the Ardbeg by itself. And then like afterwards, I was like, I'm just gonna try the Dr. Pepper on its own again for like the 10th time, see if I like it. And it's just like, not a fan. I know I'm gonna get hate on this again, but it is what it is.
Well, Christina, what I had tried, I'm not sure if you guys seen it in the chat, but I made a smoky pepper, but I added a rum cherry in. That was great, and kind of got the idea from you guys talking about how rum finished whiskeys go great with peat. So right. I tried that with that smoky pepper, and it was fantastic.
So Christina's asking when I'm coming back to Cult HQ. Seemingly, she wants to sacrifice to me. Well, listen, when the borders open up again, you know that we're gonna do our best. Well, do our best to get over there in a timely manner. There's a lot of whiskey that we need to pick up. Jason's telling me to go to Waco and check out the Dr. Pepper Museum. I mean, I'd rather go to Balcones if Balcones is right like near it. Unless someone wants to take me. You're more than welcome to guide me through a Dr. Pepper Museum, but Tucker, what are you drinking?
I'm gonna do an experiment. I just got this. It's one of those
Nice.
Savage and Cook, Burning Chair, bourbon finished in this Cabernet. It's this. They have glass on glass for some reason, but that and a little bit of Topo Chico as an experiment.
Nice. That's one crazy wild experiment you have going on there.
I mean, it's a very tame. I could have gone with Amroot peated cask strength. Dab of like.
I have the Amroot double cask.
Nice.
I thought I had. I think I've had the peated Amroot. Oh, we're gonna welcome in a lovely gentleman. Everyone, say hello to Roy.
Hey, Roy.
Hello, Roy.
Oh, Roy, we can't hear you.
He's just expressing his disappointment in all of us.
Uh-oh. Might have to
Okay, anybody.
back in, Roy. Oh wait, why are you hold on. Oh, you have your mic muted. Oh, why is his mic muted? Roy, try speaking. No. Not hearing you.
This is
Maybe try
gonna sound.
reconnecting.
You know what? This is very appropriate for cast strength because technical difficulties is our strong point. And this is just absolutely wonderful, right on brand. Thank you, Roy, so much. No problem.
And it just confirms that even the professionals have trouble on this channel.
No, this channel is the most professional.
Right?
It's because we have technical difficulties that we're professionals. We're transparent about the difficulties.
He might not have allowed mic access.
Possibly. Let's see if this works. Roy? Uh-oh.
And now it's a Winston Churchill highball, basically. If I just keep adding enough water.
I don't know what's going on with Roy's mic.
I don't know.
There's nothing wrong seemingly on my end, so I'm not professional at StreamYard. Roy, when you joined, you allowed access to the microphone. I would presume. Maybe if you're on an iPhone, I think you can do it from the settings if you happen to maybe accidentally put it on. Yeah. Roy, if you go to your, I assume because I saw you have Apple earbuds. So if you go to your settings, go to Safari, scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll see microphone. Make sure that it's on allow for I guess it's duration. See if that changes anything. If he's still listening.
Hopefully, we'll finally let a competent person in here.
You know what? That's a big.
And by that I mean Roy, because.
So what I think I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm gonna go make myself a little fast. Oh, Roy.
Oh no!
God damn it! Roy finally shows up to one of our streams and he can't get off. This is absolutely on brand. I'm slightly disappointed, but I'm not upset about it because it's just like this is such an us thing.
And now even more Topo.
When you were pouring, your microphone cord was underneath, and it looked like you were pouring over, and it was just like dripping.
That's what I was about to say.
It really looked like that for a quick second. I was like, what the heck's going on? You know, I'm gonna put the link in the chat one more time. I don't know, maybe
that'll help.
Maybe something happened with that with the previous link, but yeah, I'm gonna just wait a couple minutes, but I'm gonna probably go make myself an old fashioned in a second. Christina says that this has moved from disappointing to amusing. Now, disappointing because prior to Roy coming on stream, I'm a failure, or what exactly do you mean by that, Christina? Remember, your answer will say a lot about our relationship. All right. Hello?
Now you can hear me.
Now we can hear.
Oh, there we go.
That's very strange. I'm not sure why it wasn't working on your phone.
Yeah, I had to come through. I had to come through into the, I don't know what you'd call this room, bar, office, studio, den, spare room, whatever. But all I wanted to do was drop in quickly to say that I have to go and help put the kids to bed. But I wanted to report on my success after your inspiration for a smoky whiskey and ginger ale. It's turned out really, really nice.
What did you use in the for the whiskey?
Is Christina still in?
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
No, I didn't use Ardbeg. I thought about it. I think a really bright, fresh, crisp Ardbeg would have done quite nicely with this. But I reached for an independent Kalila. It's a 7-year-old. There's only a little left. If I was to be critical, this is maybe a little bit sweet for it. It's quite syrupy. And I think that this would maybe the Ardbeg 10 would have gone a wee bit better. But cheers, guys.
Cheers.
So nice to see you.
Cheers.
Cilantro.
Cilantro.
So you're doing a hell of a lot of content right now, Vito.
You know what? I gotta stay busy somehow, Roy, because I'm out of work. So just trying to stay sane with some sort of normalcy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Right. And I think that I've been talking about it. I had Daniel on last week just talking about the amount of content that's out there, video content.
Yeah.
But I think that when there's an audience, when there's people tuning in, by all means do it. I think the point of having Daniel on was to talk about that so many brands and so many new creators are coming to the fold and things. And I'm worried that they're just not going to get any traction unless they kind of do the things that we've worked out. You can't just make very simple two-dimensional ads and things. You've kind of got to try and bring content, I think.
Yeah.
So that was it.
These are kind of just like the whole sort of happy hour, kind of like a play on your VPub. It's just to kind of give like a quick little outlet for anyone in the middle of the day that might need just some sort of interaction, want to talk to somebody. If you haven't been out of your house for a while, you just want to pop on the stream and say hi,
absolutely, and it's a very sociable thing. And I think that if you, it changes its value. I think when I first started to do the VPubs, they weren't even called VPubs back then, but I could pretty much have a conversation with everybody that dropped in. Whereas as the audience grows and the time goes on, that becomes more and more difficult, and you do start to feel a little bit guilty that you don't get even to say hello or welcome more than half of the people that join in as it gets bigger. But it's still a very sociable thing because they don't need to have a welcome and a hello from you as the host. They're hanging out in the chat, right, and speaking to each other and having a nice little kind of social thing. I think the times that we're in right now, we're so lucky to have this technology, I think, right?
Yeah.
If it had happened at any other time, I think it would have been more difficult.
So what it would have been like, back in 1918, right? Obviously, there was a lot less people, but had there been like I'm not even sure if there was a massive lockdown during the influenza, but just thinking back then with like zero technology,
Yeah.
And like not a lot of people had telephones, and radio was still kind of getting into a lot of households. Very, very, very,
Yeah.
very, very unreal, unfortunate, but very fortunate time as well.
Absolutely. And in relative to back then as well, we obviously had the First World War that exacerbated things so much, right? We live in relative peacetime compared to those days, I guess. And while there's so much more people around, the population density hasn't really changed, because even back then they were living on top of each other in cities, and lots and lots of people under the same accommodations and things. So yeah, I mean, it seems a little tone deaf talking about, we live in fortunate times, right? But relatively speaking, we do. And it's also maybe a wee bit tone deaf, kind of complaining about the amount of video content that's out there, because really a lot of people's getting an awful lot of benefit from it. And I can't speak about anybody, because I went from 2 VPubs a month to doing 2 a week.
Yeah. I remember when you were just doing like the odd ones, and it was always such a treat to like oh, I gotta schedule a time. I had like 2 weeks to prepare, have the time, and now it's like, oh god, it's happening so often. It's like, oh god.
Yeah. I did come on for another reason as well. There's I don't know if any of you've been on and caught it yet, but there's a new kind of game show element thing I'm doing, and it's only recently been named Is It a Speyside? Have any of you caught it yet? No?
I was watching, what stream was it that I think you were playing it with before Daniel's stream, the What's in My Glass? Is that essentially very similar?
Yeah, what's my drama is what we had a patron poll, and the name that got the most votes was What's My Dram. But what wasn't an option was, I think, what I'm going to end up calling it, and that is It a Speyside? I mean, you're welcome. We could have a go before I go and help Lynn put the kids to bed if you want. If you've got Jeffrey, Greg, Vito, whichever one of you have got a core range Scotch expression that you know enough about, the region, or who owns it or whatever, we could have a wee go if you want. Although I'm hijacking your stream a little bit, Vito.
No, I don't mind at all. This is ideal. Less talking for me. Let's see.
Does it need to be?
Does it need what are the criteria? Any whiskey?
It has to be a Scotch single malt, and it has to be core range, so something that's widely available from anywhere. And I guess you have to know what region it's from, basic things like that, because what I'm going to be trying to do is guess what it is. So I'll be asking you kind of yes and no questions.
Okay, I think I have enough knowledge. That's a stretch for me to even say enough knowledge. But I think I have enough to do this.
Well, the thing that's usually quite fun is that the people that win the prizes are not the participants that's in the game. It's usually people that are in the chat that win the prizes. So whoever answers first in the chat in the community, they're the ones that get the prize. So it's a bit of fun.
Okay.
But we can try it. There's Steve Anderson. Yeah, I'm on here advertising myself, Steve. I'm actually on here to share a cocktail. By the way, cheers, everyone. Cheers, Slancha.
Slancha. I got one.
So I've also poured something.
Oh, okay. Oh, you don't need to pour it, but I suppose it's even better if you do. Right, who am I? I'll do Greg then. So somebody's just got to keep count. I've got to try and get it in 10 questions. Okay.
I'll keep track.
So Greg, you've got a core range whiskey in your hands, and you know what it is, right? So is it a Speyside?
No.
Is it a Highland?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know? This isn't one of my questions. Do you know who the owner is? Would you know who the parent company was, or will I avoid that?
Yes.
Okay. Is it one of the big three, Diageo, Grants, or Pernod Ricard?
Yes.
Okay. Is it? Who's keeping count of these questions? I think
I am. You're right. This will be your fifth question.
Okay. I'm for it. Is it Diageo, Greg?
Yes,
Does it have an age statement?
it does not.
It doesn't. Okay. It's a Highland. Is it mainland or islands?
Yes,
It's mainland. So it's a
yes,
Diageo.
it is
Okay.
mainland.
It doesn't have an age statement and it's from Diageo. So it can only be a Clynelish, Oban, Dalwhinnie. Oh. Is it one of the ones I've just mentioned?
Yes,
That's I'll give it.
Okay. Is it Dalwhinnie Winter's Gold?
no,
Oh, do you have another question or am I out, Vito?
You have one more. One more.
One more. Okay. Is it Oban Little Bay?
that is correct.
Wow! Oh, he rivered you. Oh, he did it the last question.
Snatching victory from the jaws of defeat again.
Oh,
And I'll bring you a dram of something at the next Bastards Ball, Roy.
So what was that?
I'll bring you a dram of something for the next Bastards Ball.
Yeah, we need it. We need it, don't we? We could all do with a distraction like that right now. I think it'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. So there you go. That's a kind of a little kind of fun distraction. Yes.
I can't believe you got it on the 10th question.
Yeah. Do you feel confident enough to ask Vito or Jeffrey?
I could. Yeah, I think I can probably. Yeah, I'll ask.
Okay, I'll grab one.
This is going to be a disaster, but you know what?
I feel confident enough to answer.
Right, Vito, I've got one for you here.
Okay. Is it?
Sitting in just out of shot here. Let's put it right in the center here. Okay, carry on. I'll try and keep count of the questions.
I'll keep track as well. Is it a space side?
No, but I like you getting in the spirit of it.
Is it a mainland distillery?
No.
Okay. Is it an age statement?
Yes.
Okay. Is the age under 12 years?
It's probably better to ask, is it 12 years or younger?
Okay, sorry. Is it 12 years or younger?
Yes.
Is it a peated malt?
Yes.
Is the region is it regionally considered a Highland whiskey?
No.
Okay. Is this Springbank 12?
No. Tried to snipe it there, didn't you?
Yeah. Is it an Isla whiskey?
Yes.
Is it owned by Beam Suntory?
No.
Last question. Ardbeg 10.
Oh.
Son of a...
I was going to actually guess that.
I thought I
say
was
closure.
being kind. I think if you'd have got to Isla quicker,
Yeah.
you've
I tried to be sneaky and kind of like really test myself.
yeah. So the people that are playing it are starting to work out formulas and starting to work out questions that basically split it in half each time to whittle it down and work it down. I haven't got that good at it yet, but yeah, it's kind of fun. So, Jeff, do you want me to ask one for you?
Yes.
Okay, we'll do that just before I go. Then I can hear my wife's voice getting ever so slightly louder. I might have to close my door. Okay, Jeffrey. Is it a Speyside?
No.
Is it a Highland?
No.
Oh wow. Is it Campbelltown?
No.
Is it Isla?
No.
Oh my goodness. This is definitely a Scotch single malt whiskey.
Yes.
Is it Lowland?
No.
What?
I've been through all the regions. Okay, so maybe it's an island. Is that right?
Yes, it's an island.
Okay, let's go with that. Would you know if it's
I might have misanswered. I
That's
was
okay.
considering island.
That's
its own
okay.
region.
Maybe you can give me a bonus question at the end.
I'll give you a bonus story. Don't worry. I was planning on it anyways, so that's a little bit tricky.
Let's ask. Is it? Do you know who the parent company is, Jeffrey? Do you know who the owners are? Would you know?
I had to look up the parent company.
So is it one of the big four then? Is it like Diageo, Pernod Ricard? Well, Pernod Ricard don't have any island distilleries, do they, apart from Scapa? Oh, is it Diageo, Pernod Ricard, William Grant's, or Edrington? Is it one of those four?
I do not believe so.
Okay. Is it Aaron?
No.
Oh dear, I'm running out, haven't I?
You have 4 more questions.
Is it?
Unless my information is false, which I do not believe it is.
Don't worry. It's only for fun. Can anyone hear my children shouting? Is it? So it's got to be. Is it Orkney?
No.
Oh wow. Is it? So it's on the islands. Oh. Is it peated?
It's lightly peated.
Oh. And it's from the islands and it's lightly peated.
Yeah.
We have to come up with an island that's not Isla. You said Arran. I was thinking Tobermory, Lechic. So what else could we have? We Talisker. Let's go with Talisker. Is it Talisker?
No.
Wow. I think I'm out. I think I'm completely out. You're going to need to put me out of misery.
Yeah, one more, Roy. I'm giving you
One more?
Yeah.
Bonus question.
It can only be, if it's mature core range, it can only be from Tobermory Distillery then. Is it Lechic 10?
I didn't. Did you ask if it had an age statement? Because if you did,
I didn't.
It does not.
I didn't.
Watch it. It's probably. Oh my god! If it's like a single cask, like Scotch malt.
It's not. It's.
Okay. Does any of us have a clue?
I have no idea. A lightly peated island.
Yeah.
Kilco. So
Kilco.
it's not. It's not the parent company, but do you want me to just say a thing?
Yeah. Give us a clue.
A big group involved with them is White and Mackay, but it's not technically the parent.
Oh, it's
company.
Jura. I never even thought of Jura. Did anybody?
Journey?
I used to Jura. Okay, is it Jura? Durex on the 16?
What?
Is it the 16?
No, it is not an age statement.
It's superstition.
Yes, it's super.
You caught me out, big style. It would have taken me a while to get there.
Wow.
Jura. Well done, Jeffrey. You take the.
I apologize.
Yeah.
So, island or where would it have technically?
No, you were right. It's Western Isles. It's one of the islands. So you were spot on. I mean, we often talk about the islands being a separate region, but it's part. It's under the definitions, it's part of the Highlands. Mm-hmm. But we always separate it out, and I think it deserves to be separated out. But
I am but a simple pleb.
As are we all. We all walk a journey. Well, you're a simple pleb that's able to beat me, pick out a whiskey that I can't guess. So I'm going to raise a glass and say thank you for introducing me to a smoky and ginger ale. I'm quite pleased that I happened upon this tonight.
Next time we're gonna do Ardbeg and ginger ale.
I might even try it tonight. If you're still around, I'll drop it in the chat how I'm getting on with it.
Yeah, well, I'll probably be going for at least probably another hour or so.
You're doing a good thing, Vito, bringing people together.
Thank you, Robert. We appreciate it. And you're a lot of the inspiration for the stuff that we're doing too. So
I'm looking forward to the next time we can all get a chance to hang out together. Greg, it's always a pleasure to see your happy face, my friend. Jeffrey, always nice to bump into you wherever it may be. Perhaps it'll be Texas again next time. Possibly. And Vito, take care of yourself and remember next time, buddy, wear sunscreen.
Cheers.
Take care. Take care, guys. Bye-bye. Good night.
That was a fun surprise.
Yeah. So I decided to do a smoky and ginger ale. Decided to use Canada Dry Bold.
Oh, nice. I've never seen that here, Canada Dry Bold.
Has a little bit more ginger compared to your standard one. Then I also chose my 5-year-old Ben Reich. It's an independent bottling by Battle Hill.
Yes, even down to the Canada Dry Bold. What is that? We're in Canada. We don't even get that stuff. I feel slighted as a citizen of Canada. Okay, I'm gonna go make myself an old fashioned really quick because I'm dying for another drink, and you guys just kind of carry on for 2 minutes. All
right.
I'm sure you can. Jeffrey, Greg.
What?
What?
No, I heard what he said. I'm doing a thing that you'll see in chat in a second. No, I wanted to apologize for the goof.
Yeah, Dan Hayes, Canada Dry Bold. Apparently this is pretty new because it just came out not too long ago. But they say it has a little bit more ginger compared to the standard one.
At some point, I'd like to try that whole ginger and smoky out.
It's good. Because where I originally started from was one of my buddies had introduced me to an Irish Mill Jameson and ginger ale. Then from there, just started experimenting. But I've always loved ginger ale and ginger beer. Ginger beer more than ginger ale. But I just tried different ones that I found the ones that have a little bit more ginger kick to it compared to some other ones. I've tried the standard ginger beers that are found at all bars, which is like Gosling's. That one's, at least for me, is it more like a ginger ale compared to a ginger beer. Because for me, I like that more of that ginger kick rather than having a touch of sweetness.
Yeah. Would you add for an even more ginger kick, either pieces of ginger, maybe even just candied ginger into the drink?
Yeah, I would say probably just like your regular ginger or fresh ginger added in. Nathan, yeah, you could definitely say it's a little bit more closer to a ginger beer than a ginger ale, but it has quite a bit of sweetness to it. Because for me, I love ginger. I always get extra of the pickled ginger when I get sushi, so I'll just eat that on its own.
Yeah. Content.
So let's see.
Oh, Jeffrey, thanks for the $2.
I felt particularly bad about that.
About what? I didn't even hear what you said.
Oh no, the not saying no to the Is It a Highland?
Oh, jeez, Mr. Hayes, your hair looks mighty. You look like what's his name?
Looks good.
Fuck, what's his name?
By order of the Peaky Blinders.
Duke Nukem, but
No.
Canadian.
No.
I'll take Duke Nukem any day. I've come to a conclusion here. I don't think I should join any streams for our channel anymore because every time I don't, we get awesome people. Like I couldn't pay Zerp to be on a stream when I'm on it, and I don't go, and she's on pretty much every time I'm there. So I see how it goes there. Nobody wants to be on a stream with me. That's fine. So, yep, there's my phone dying. Spectacular. I'm out in the backyard doing some garden work. Caught the 20 question style Willard. Oh, that is a crazy good movie. Nathan, I think it might be a little known movie too, I feel. I don't know. Have you guys seen Willard?
No.
That's been a while.
Possibly.
It's a good movie. It's unique. It's Crispin Glover, who you would know as the father from Back to the Future. And maybe some of his zany interviews over the years on talk shows and whatnot. But yeah, I'll take Willard. I'll go for a Willard. Every time I'm gonna have probably a new hairdo every time you guys see me. This is usually hawked up, as you know, but I just kind of did like a slick back type of dealio today, trying something new.
I like to keep on growing it, and then at the end, you're gonna have a ponytail at the top.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I can't even say that's ridiculous, and I never do it because this, like, if you went 2 years ago and took a picture of this and showed it to me, I would have laughed you out of the room.
Oh, yeah.
But here I am, and like I said, crazy times call for crazy haircuts.
How about you keep it up until the next Bastard's Ball? See how long it gets.
God. I'll do it.
Yeah, just keep shaving the sides, keeping the mohawk there.
Video evidence now that dictates legally you have to keep on doing that until the basketball.
All right. There you go.
And I'm gonna keep on growing my hair so that one day I may be fortunate enough to look as classy as Roy does.
So when we had that brief chat about what we were going to do on the stream this week, did I mention, because I had planned to say this, but I don't know if I actually wrote it in the chat or not, about we were each going to have a drink and then each of us would guess what we're drinking. Did I say that?
You did not mention that in
yeah. So is that a thing?
Is
this like a thing that Roy does normally?
Yeah, he does the what's my dram, or is it a space? Essentially, it is a space side now.
Yeah.
Because
yeah, that's one of the more common questions that he starts off with, or anyone starts off with, is a space side.
That's the hardest one. Like,
there's like 170 of them.
Yeah, he's been doing that lately on his VPubs.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. No, but what we're gonna do this week then is the Canadian cask strength whiskeys. So we're doing
If I don't show up, Christina will still be on, Canadian or not. You watch.
You better be on, because it's gonna be 6 Canadians trying the same whiskey. It's just gonna be a little knucklehead of a stream.
Yeah, it will. It'll be good. But we're gonna represent the country good, and hopefully turn some more people. It can't really turn them on to it, but kind of get them. There's a million bugs, dude. It's a garden.
We'll get them aware of Canadian whiskey.
Hey, hold on, relax. Yeah, I'm just thinking that if there was ever a chance for some of our good stuff to be distributed down there in decent numbers, it would be the Alberta Premium cask strength.
Yeah, probably.
Because they've got certainly. Okay, dude. I just need 2 minutes, man. Dad needs like 2 minutes after 9 hours. Yes, I see it. I see it all.
Oh, the doors of child.
2 minutes.
It's
a small ant carrying a larger ant.
So they're like battling.
They're battling. Yep, go watch the battle. Let me know how it goes.
yeah, so anyone watching that wants to know a little bit more about some of the great, better, well, even great Canadian, we're doing cast strength.
Oh my,
Relax.
relax.
A Canadian cast strength stream on cast strength. Oh, that's a mouthful.
Yeah, it's just so chock full of cast strength and so chock full of Canadian that it's going to be marvelous.
Yeah, we're gonna be flying Canadian flags behind us and everything, guys.
There will be
We're gonna have Inuits and igloos.
apologies,
So it's cask strength, not Canadian strength.
lots of apologies.
Oh, we'll name it Canadian strength for the night.
I'm gonna die. My screen just went so low that it looks that I literally can't see anything.
Go before your phone dies.
So I am gonna say good day to you guys before this does die, and yeah, hope everyone has a good afternoon, evening, and all of that jazz, and catch everyone on Thursday night,
All right.
Square.
Catch you then.
Cheers.
All right, gents.
Later. Oh boy! So this let me just do
I
that.
wanted to see the ant battle.
Right.
So this old fashioned that I made. So I 2 ounces of bullet rye, 3 dashes of Angostura bitters, and about a half tablespoon of pure maple syrup. It's a ginger snap.
Nice.
It's so sweet and gingery. It's unbelievable. A little spicy too. Nice. And 2 rocks glasses, no ice. Vito prefers his cocktails undiluted. Bye, Christina. Good luck studying.
Goodbye,
See
Christina.
you, Christina.
What's Jim saying? Vito can confirm that they and the Rocket Review did a realignment of sorts. Oh, he's responding to Christina. Yeah, Christina knows. She's just being a little bit difficult. Yeah, we do. So Thursdays Roy has his normal streams, and then I don't think there's anyone until us at 8 Eastern. Then Ed and Erica at 9, and then us again at 10. Yeah. I think that's it. And then there's obviously like the odd time where like other channels will schedule like industry people that their only available time is Thursday nights.
Yeah.
And it'll conflict, but whatever. Like that's more important anyways. But we're not gonna change our time. People can watch it on replay, whatever. So yeah.
Actually, I recently got a Canadian whiskey cask strength that I thought was pretty interesting.
Which one?
Well, it's not. It's a Canadian. It's not a release from a Canadian distillery. It's a barrel whiskey release.
Already.
What?
What is it though? I'm just
14-year. It's a 14-year-old Canadian rye whiskey, and it is. I don't know where it's from. Just that it's Canadian rye whiskey, 14 years old. Store pick for local store, and it is at 73.6% alcohol.
What?
Yes.
73%.
Very light.
Well,
I did a post in the tribe about it a while ago.
Can you send me a picture of that label?
Yes.
The only one that I have that's Canadian other than kind of like that Royal or Lord Calvert is Little Book. So there's going to be a 13-year-old Canadian at 111.9 proof, a 40-year-old Canadian 100% corn whiskey at 137.8 proof. I haven't opened it yet, but I'm dying to give it a try. I've heard good things about it. Then there's also an 8-year Kentucky Straight in there. Straight rye.
Red. Who's Red Minnick? I've never heard I've heard that name before. Fred Minnick.
Wait, is this a bit?
Someone that streams Thursday nights. I've never heard of Fred Minnick before.
Me neither.
He's a big bourbon guy, very
Oh.
knowledgeable.
Yeah, the barrel ride.
I also have the I believe it's the little book chapter 2, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one that I have.
That's very good.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it. I have it, but I haven't opened it yet.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to take a look at this.
Just because of availability, I think I have more bourbons than anything else.
Oh, he's a bourbon expert. Oh, I love experts. Love experts. Oh boy. I'm excited.
I've kind of thought about. Oh, sorry.
No, go for it. I was just gonna talk about food.
I've kind of thought about starting my own review channel, just like a little bit more lax setting, but it's what I want to call it. That's kind of funny.
What do you want to call it?
Firewater reviews.
Fire water? Or like,
Yeah, that was
because people that drink whiskey for the first time, they oh, it's like fire.
and that was that was the slang term back in the West, Old West, for whiskey was firewater.
Yeah. I can dig it. FWR.
Yeah, and so I've been thinking about it. Having
Whenever I think of the name, I always think of the abbreviation of it. And if it doesn't work, I scrap the name.
How about this for a channel name? Jeffrey E. Patron.
Jeff. Love it.
Yes.
It's a good abbreviation. I can dig it. I can definitely dig it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, do it. Like, fuck, like, you never know. Like,
Right.
shit, channels like us, Rocket.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, Rocket does way better stuff. Ed and Erica and Mike, their produced content, and the live content's good because Ed takes the shirt off a lot, but their produced content is so much better than ours, given that we make no produced content. Right, so as long as you do it and there's people watching, fuck it, just do it. And even if it's not something just to keep you busy, man, just go for it because you never know.
Yeah.
You never know. Fuck, we didn't think we'd get to what we're at 1200, just over almost 1,300 subscribers, and pushing 900 now. Right, like you never know. Just the small little like fuck you hobby ends up kind of like leading to more things. So
Exactly.
and it's a good avenue. Like if we didn't have the channel, I probably wouldn't be doing these sort of like happy hours because I wouldn't have the outreach for it.
Yeah.
Right. So
And as I mentioned last time, when we are kind of talking about the whole idea of Roy Stream, is there too much content? I don't think so. Depending on, like, if you're wanting to try and follow every single one, yes, it's too much content to follow. Because I have a hard time keeping up with everyone that I want to follow, but that's just because I want to watch their streams, but can't always catch it because multiple ones are going on, so I'll catch them later on. But if depending on what your viewing style is or what you enjoy watching, there's something out there for you. So whether it's the Whiskey Tribe, there's always going to be something available that you really enjoy. And if you don't like a channel, you really don't have to watch them.
That's the thing, and for the most part, a lot of the whiskey channels are fairly respectful of times that people are going on.
Yeah.
And aware, so that there tends to be not a lot of overlap on the normal streams. Right? Just like the streams where like it's like a one-off where I'm only if like I said, like a distillery owner is only available Thursday night at 8 o'clock. Cash strength on 8 o'clock, but you know what? I can only get this guy on 8 o'clock, so I'm gonna pop it on there. That's I I have no issues with that, and I have no issues with people watching that versus our nonsense. So
Yeah.
right, so like it's not a big deal for in my mind. I'm sure it's not a lot of big deal with other whiskey tubers' minds. So and yeah, Nathan said that Rocka cleared 1,500 people on the turtle race stream. Yeah, he had a lot of success with that stream. And man, like, it's unbelievable. Like, he messaged our little group. I think it hit like 2,000 views or something within the first hour or something, and 60 subscribers just from from the start of that video, which is great. Like if you time stuff right and make it viral, and that's Super Social Club. Jeremy is a perfect example to kind of like look at. One of his first videos was Johnny Walker, like which Johnny Walker's the best, and he had a perfect like thumbnail and the title and tagged it properly, and he surpassed a lot of people. He got up to like 10,000 subscribers in like 4 months.
Damn.
And he's putting out good content, but like on a normal, if he hadn't done anything viral, it would have taken him, a couple of years to hit 10,000 subscribers. But you market it right and tag it right, people are going to be there. People will discover it. YouTube algorithm is so fucking retarded.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I spoil a lot when I search it. But yeah, if you want to start it up, man, start it up, and you have a bunch of people that you can reach out to for advice. And anybody. If you reach out to any of the tubers, anyone will be more than happy to give you advice if you want to start up and programs, tagging, and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's what I love is all the whiskey tubers or this community on YouTube. Everyone talks with each other. Everyone's respectful about the times that they're going on, and even if it's by coincidence, some of the stuff actually lines up on content, so it's going to be somewhat similar. But that's what I love is just the communication between everyone compared to other groups within YouTube where it's like, okay, these two people are going on, but they're out at the same time, so I got to choose which one. But here in the whiskey tube, unless it's something special or unique that comes up, you guys usually don't overlap upon each other.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's nice because we, for the majority of us, have met in person now, right? I think what was it, like 9 channels? No, I think how many channels? Like 10 channels down in Texas last basketball. We got to meet each other in person, kind of interact. So it is more of an in-person familiarity with everybody, and a little bit more sort of awareness and respect from when you're looking from that perspective, right? So yeah, man, if you want to get into it, do it. There's no one. I don't think there would be anyone that would tell you not to. So just get the name right, get the tags right, get the thumbnails right, and just be. Don't. If you want to see how not to do it, watch my first 4 videos.
All right.
But yeah, there's gonna be growing pains, right? You're gonna you might not feel comfortable, or when you're editing your first couple of videos, you're gonna be like, well, this is shit. Just edit it as best you can. Don't re-film it. Edit it down. Make the video. Watch it. Make notes. Release it. Make notes, and then just keep on improving slowly.
Yeah.
Like when I
tribe, because
go ahead.
From the very beginning, they said that we're going to be a guinea pig for different things on video content. So what they tried out different things, see what worked, and they either phased it out or added it in. And that's what I love about it, is because Rex from the very get-go was like, we're going to use you as our guinea pigs to see what works.
Yeah. Right. So, and I used a bunch of people. Like I would send the video to, at the time, Josh and Brad. I would send it out to Christina and Lance to view, because they're more into the video editing, and Lance has a long history in content creation as well. So like it was a good hive mind to use to kind of like analyze, as well as me analyze how I would want my videos viewed. And it's just a give and take, and use people that to kind of like make it your own, but also to grow in the comfortability of making the video.
Yeah.
But yeah, do it, man. Fucking go for it.
All right. I'm going to have to give it a shot.
Yeah.
This has been a lot of fun. I am going to head out. Good luck with if you do
All right.
make a channel, Greg. I believe in you. You got this. You can do
Thank
a whole series on like ginger infusions.
Yeah.
Different kinds of ginger with different kinds of. Anyway. The world is your oyster.
They could also include iron root in there, just call like the have a bit of
Indeed.
iron root.
Take it easy, Jeffrey. Pleasure as always. We'll see you Wednesday. Oh, there he goes. Oh my god. Oh. So yeah, that's good, Greg. So yeah, so let us know when that happens.
Yeah, I will. I had picked up a camera specifically for that. I'm actually using it as my mic now.
Nice.
Picked up this one is even if I do decide not to do video format, it has a great mic on there, so podcast could be another option for that as well.
Yeah, there's not a lot of, and we originally attended our channel to just be like a podcast page, just audio, and
Right.
I'm pretty sure it was Gretchen that said just film it and then convert it into a podcast, like into audio. Obviously that's since changed quite drastically.
Yeah.
I don't think we're even uploading it into audio anymore. But there's not very many whiskey centric podcasts.
Right.
So like if of all those you just want to do like audio only, there's definitely a market for that.
Yeah, because this camera that I got, it's the Zoom Q2N.
Mm.
The ability for musicians to just set it down, film a session. That's why it has a great mic on there. The camera is going to be 1080p, so it's a high def camera. So it's just think of a GoPro but designed with musicians in mind. Yeah, so that's the reason why I picked it up. Is that was my original intention. So I'm definitely gonna have to give it a go.
So, like I said, when you're ready, let us know.
All right, we'll do.
Greg, do you play any video games?
Yeah.
What are you playing right now?
I'm playing Destiny 2 on Xbox One.
Son of a bitch. So here's my thing, because yesterday I was visiting my my buddy, who, by the way, we should give a quick toast to. I forgot all of last week to toast him on the channel. Him and his wife, he's my best friend. They gave birth to a lovely baby girl, Chiara Angela, and
Oh, nice.
and cheers to her health, happiness, and a life of laughs and good cheer. Cheers.
Cheers.
So yeah, I was there yesterday. I just went to go drop off a card to him and his wife, and for the baby, obviously. And we got to talking. Obviously, quite a distance away from each other, and I was wearing a mask as well because I'm just a bit paranoid because my roommate works front line.
Yeah.
So just in case I have it and I'm asymptomatic, that I'm not spreading it, so I'm wearing my mask and I stay my distance and everything like that. But yeah, we were talking and he was saying, he's like, oh, like, are you playing anything? Like, have you started gaming again? Because I took a big hiatus. Like I said, the last console that I bought was
A Wii.
a Wii.
Yeah, that's what you mentioned.
So he's like, dude, like, download Stadia. It's like there's a 2-month free trial right now, and Destiny 2 is available. So okay, I can get behind this. Well, I didn't download because it just runs on over the air. But I went on Chrome, I signed up, and I hooked up my controller, my Xbox controller, to my computer, and it doesn't recognize it. My 360 controller, and then I spent like a couple of minutes trying to troubleshoot it just before the stream started because I had remembered that I should probably do the Stadia thing and whatnot. So when we're done the stream, I'm probably gonna go and troubleshoot as to why my why the controller's not working and get into Destiny 2 like proper.
You might also want to try doing a wire connection if you have.
It was wired. It was a wired connection. Yeah. With like just straight USB. Right?
Yeah.
Just that, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, it wasn't wireless or anything. It was straight. And then I tried with the with my old PlayStation controller, but for whatever reason the trigger wasn't working. It wasn't registering like hits, like and mainly no problem. Everything else was fine except for the triggers. So I gotta try and troubleshoot a little bit. Either
when I had to be on Xbox Live, it's Fry Bread Hunter. That's my name.
Well, Xbox Live. I have Xbox 360. I don't have Live anymore though. I just play offline.
Oh, all right. Yeah, but if you do figure it out and you are able, hey, let's play.
Oh, so hold on, wait, sorry. I can add your Xbox Live on Stadia.
No, so Xbox Live is going to be more of like the messaging and gaming community on there. So it's your account, yeah.
Oh,
so you add friend and you're able to, once you're on, see who's on, chat with them through the live chat.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, when I figure it out, I'll tap you. I'll tap you for some guidance and information on how to do that because I'm so far removed on what's it called?
Gaming.
On gaming that is just like it's ridiculous.
Don't worry, I was the same way. The last system that I had gotten was the Wii. My sisters and I shared that. The last system I kind of bought for myself was a PS1 back in the day. So for a while, there was a big gap between the Wii and getting the Xbox One, which my sisters actually got for me as a Christmas present. So there was that big old gap in between.
Sorry.
No worries.
Being really OCD about the line that I'm having right here. Where is it? Right there.
Yeah, I see.
Like it just has to be like angled and lined up right with that.
Hey, maybe that's what I should do on my channel. Just change the camera angle every single time.
I'm so oddly like obsessed about certain things, and so not about other things that it's so upsetting because there are certain areas of like my life that are absolutely pristine, and other things where it's like, what's wrong with you? Like you're a disaster. But oh well. Anyways, I think we'll call it a day for today. Coming on.
All right.
an hour 40 right now, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna start calling these happy 2 hours.
Well, I mean, here any happy hour is usually like an hour or two. So,
Yeah.
even though they call it happy hour, it's from like 3 to 5. That's gonna be our happy hour. It's like, okay, it's more than an hour, but all right.
All good. All right. Well, we'll see. Thank Jeff, Greg. Thank you for participating. Always a pleasure.
Yeah,
We'll
was nice.
We'll see everyone Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern, and for the next happy hour or two. And until then, stay safe and cheers, guys.
Cheers. See you, Nathan.